Hello everyone. Today I have a unique and fascinating topic for discussion, and that is Canterbury Tales as medieval social media. So in this lecture we will be looking at the characters from Canterbury Tales from an entirely new perspective or from an entirely new lens. Characters such as wife of Bath, partner, summoners, friar, prioress, how they acted as YouTubers, how they acted as TikTokers, how they were the influencer of the time of the 14th century. So there'll be comparison of social media. So today social media platform is different from the social media platform that existed in 14th century. But we can say that ideas are similar. These ideas, what we have today, that you are getting lot of likes and you're looking for likes. You're looking for comments, right? You're looking for shares, right? So these things, these ideas also existed in 14th century. So you haven't learned or you haven't read Canterbury Tales from this perspective so far. So this is a new version, right? Or a new perspective that we are looking at these characters. Let's begin. What if I told you that the Canterbury Tales is the 14th century equivalent of TikTok, right? So we can say it's equivalent. TikTok we have today in 21st century. TikTok did not exist in 14th century. But Canterbury Tales can be equivalent to TikTok, 14th century and 21st century. How? Let's see. Now, the knight, the wife of Bath, the partner, all content creators performing crafted persona to win followers and stand out. Excuse me. Now, what the YouTubers do today on YouTube, on social media, or TikTokers they do on TikTok, or other social media platform such as Instagram. They want to represent themselves, to express themselves in such a way, or to create story, to create their persona in such a way that they get lot of followers, or they get lot of likes, comments, and people appreciate them. So that is what they craft persona. So in the same way, in 14th century, wife of Bath, or the knight, or the partner, they were also crafted their persona to win what followers and stand out. Who were the followers? The pilgrims who were sitting in front of them, or the audience that who are going to read about them later on, right? Lot of people like wife of Bath. Lot of people appreciate like wife of Bath. So as in today's social media platform, we see that these content creators, they wanted to stand out, right? To make themselves prominent among other content creators. So how they can be prominent? If their story or they express or represent themselves in such a way that is unique, right? So the same thing was doing also these characters in the 14th century. Today we explore Chaucer's pilgrims weren't just travelers, they were performers, right? Because one of the character would stand and then the character would say, hello, I'm wife of Bath, okay? And I have these characteristics, okay? 5 times I married, I am in relationship with so many other people, right? And then she would tell her tale, a story. And her tale would be a unique one. And the way she introduces herself would be a unique one. That the pilgrims praise her, right? And she stands out among other pilgrims. The same thing is also happening today on social media platform. So today, so they were not just travelers, but they were also performers because they were performing and they were gaining the support of other pilgrims. And their tales, their medieval posts, like today you are posting something on social media, on Facebook, right? You post something on your status, or you post something on any other social media platform. And by the time you post something, then you check that how many likes you gain, how many comments you gain, how many shares you gain. The same thing was there when they were telling a tale, a story. So they wanted to tell their tale, a story, or their introduction in such a way that they gain popularity, right? So we can say that on their tales, the way they were telling tales to the pilgrims, and the later on the audience were going to read them, so their medieval, we can call them medieval post. Today's post, you're posting something on social media platform, and medieval post. Fine. What if I told you that Geoffrey Chaucer was the original social media strategist? This is very interesting, right? What if you learn that it was Geoffrey Chaucer, that who is the original or the origin of this social media strategist, right? He made this strategy that how the character introduces herself, how the content is crafted, is created in such a way. So we can say that he is the original, right? Anyhow, so back in the 14th century, his Canterbury tales weren't just stories. They were content, crafted personas of these characters, of the partner, of the summoners, wife of Bath, knight, monk, friar, prioress, right? So personas are carefully staged performance. Sound familiar? So these were like stage performance. These pilgrims, they were going to Canterbury to perform what we call a Hajj, okay? So they were going to Canterbury to the shrine of Thomas A. Becket. And because it was a long traveling, so they would stay for a while, and one of the character would stand and he or she would perform. First, he or she is going to introduce herself, and then followed by a tale or a story. So today, TikTokers, Instagram influencers, and YouTubers are doing the exact same thing. Curating identities, telling stories, and winning followers. So these characters, Canterbury Tales, those characters also, they try to have so many followers. They try to have so many likes, okay, and comment, and people praise them. Today we have also on social media, we can see these content creators, they are creating contents in such a way to gain a lot of followers. Now let's dive into how medieval pilgrims were the OG, right? Content creator, we can say that these are original content creators, providing that the storytelling and self-branding have been trending for over 600 years, right? Almost 600 years ago or 700 years ago, they branded themselves, right? And they were the original content creators. A storytelling competition social media challenge. In the Canterbury Tales, 29 pilgrims had to Canterbury for what? Right? To visit the shrine of Thomas A. Becket, who was killed. Later he was declared martyred at the end of 20th century, 1192. He was declared as a saint. So these pilgrims are going to Canterbury, which is in the north of England. The host, that was Harry Bailey. The host proposes a contest. Each tells a story. Best one wins a free meal and begging's right to have some recognition. So a free meal would be given according to the suggestions and proposal of the inn that was in Tabard, right? From Tabard they started their journey, and the owner of the Tabard inn was Harry Bailey. So he said that I'll give a free meal, and he would have or she would have a recognition, anybody who tells the best story. So this is a winning competition like today we have also on the social media platforms. So that's a narrative challenge. That was a narrative challenge in 14th century. Like a TikTok trends or YouTube video battle. Today, something happens, right, in the world. So a lot of content creators are there and they create content. Then they upload those videos or content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and so many other social media platform. And then there is a competition. So this competition also existed in 14th century, as we can see that anybody who tells the best story would be given an award, and that was a free meal. So the goal was what? Entertain, provoke, inspire, and stand out. So these characters, they had goal. What? To entertain people. And today, these content creators also entertain people. And to provoke, right? To boost their emotions, inspire them, and stand out to be unique among other people. So the pilgrims aren't just telling stories, they are creating identities with who they are.